Welcome to Carlos and Lisa. I'm Lisa Remillard.
And I'm Carlos Amezcua. Nice to have you with us on the show. I'm actually not at home. I have ventured out and traveled for the first time this summer.
I know.
At an undisclosed location.
Okay, I was
nice.
going to say, look at all those green trees behind you. You look.
Yeah, well, it's beautiful. It rains other places in the world.
Yeah. So we bring this up, your travel, because we are kind of in the midst of summer. It's upon us, and lots of people are, obviously summer vacation is a thing, but this year summer vacation is going to look a lot different than it used to look.
Well, if you travel by air, it's definitely going to be different because, first of all, when you arrive at the airport, everybody's wearing a mask. You get to your gate. Well, you go through the normal screening. That hasn't changed, except everyone is wearing masks and they're separating us. But the whole process is much more tedious. So think about the extra time that it's going to take. If you're traveling with your kids, it's going to be really tedious. It took me about twice as long to get through TSA. Then when I got to the plane, they spaced us out so we couldn't just board in like a big herd, right? They boarded us from the back of the plane to the front of the plane, the empty seat in the middle. Everyone's wearing masks. They don't have the regular service on the plane, like, I'll have a Coke or I have a Diet Coke, I have a juice and wine, whatever. No, they give you a plastic bag with goodies inside and a bottle of water, and they give it to you with like rubber gloves, and you're like, ugh. It's so weird. It's a really weird experience. It's not a normal flying experience.
So I wonder, obviously the CDC has said, no international travel at this point, or, no non-essential, I should say, international travel, no cruising, like none of that. And I'm wondering how people then, because, summer break, everybody wants to go take their family to Europe, or they want
to get out.
They want to get out. But now, how does that look? I would imagine you're going to probably see a lot of people taking road trips, doing things like in the state, like weekender type trips. But still, it's going to be strange. Going to the beach is a weird experience now too.
Yeah, the whole thing's a weird experience. When you have the first thing that you see on the TV screen on the plane, for example, is somebody from Delta saying, we've cleaned the plane. It's extra sanitary, and they hand you Purell wipes so you can wipe down the section of the seat that you're in. They're going to a great length, and they said that they have an updated air filtration system in the plane. All of that in response to COVID-19. Now, if you're okay with that, and I'm okay with that,
makes you kind of wonder, like, what was the procedure before?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. I fly a lot. My wife travels for her living, so I travel sometimes with her, which I'm doing this time. And so 9 times out of 10, I get a cold. Almost. Yeah. I just expect to get a cold because the air is so crappy inside of airplanes. So that makes me happy. So we're actually flying cleaner transportation than ever before, and they're taking great care and doing that, and I appreciate that. But the onboard meals, forget, you're not going to get that. Even if you pay the big fares, and the hotels are the same way.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, because even if you want to go, to a weekender trip here in California, or you want to travel to Nevada, like my friends who live in Vegas, I lived in Vegas for so long. Have you seen the casinos? How weird they look now with all the plexiglass everywhere and everybody's wearing a mask.
So weird.
It's a weird experience. And the hotels, the hotels all over the country. You still can't go to the spa or use the, massage, or you can't.
The pools are closed.
What?
The pools are closed.
Pools are closed. Yeah. It's like, it's just going to be weird. And then I was thinking, like, what if you have somebody in your house, like your, husband and wife, and one is, taking this whole thing super serious and like, we're not taking the kids anywhere, we're staying home. And the other one's like, I got to get out of this house. Like, how do you come together on that? I don't even know.
Well, if you're a lawyer, if you're a divorce lawyer, this is fantastic. This is the feeding frenzy for these guys. No,
like,
it's incredible.
Money coming in.
Money, come on in. Oh, feel that breeze. Oh, hear the chimes.
Oh, I hear the chimes.
I'll tell you what, it's great to get away and out of the environment that we've been cooped up in for 3 months. And I understand people's desire and passion to want to get out. And look, if you do it right, if you do it safely, and in your head, everything seems to be okay, I think you'll be okay. But there's still that threat, so you have to take precautions for yourself and be respectful of other people's space.
Yeah. And, look, and if you have any questions about road tripping or going in an RV or taking a car ride or whatever, like, on the CDC's website, there is some guidance and some helpful tips if you're traveling in an RV and if you're traveling in a car just to your, destinations for the weekend or whatever. There's some really good things in there to just pay attention to and just kind of read it over. It's all real common sense. But, sometimes I know the Remillards took a lot of car trips. We were in the,
so
the road family truckster quite a bit as kids. And so it's very difficult to social distance in the car or be with those, close proximity with your family members after you've stopped at a rev stop or after you stopped at a convenience store to get a snack. So,
but just realize that when you go to a beach, if you go to a beach destination, you're going to have some weird, some people will be wearing masks. Other people will care like nothing ever happened. Right. It's so weird, the weird dynamic right now with the way people are responding. And, you just have to kind of do what's good for you, be safe for yourself, but still enjoy yourself. I'm enjoying being away. It's great.
Well, you look like you're in the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse is what you look like.
Well, yeah, I'm up on the 3rd floor and it's, spectacular. To me, traveling outside of California, when you go to the East Coast like I am, everything's so green and wet. And Cristobal had dumped a bunch of rain on the Gulf Coast, and the East Coast has had rainstorms, and everything's so lush and green. Not like California.
No, definitely not. So listen, if you're going to go out and travel, just know things are going to be a little different. Take precautions if you're going to go out and keep yourself and your family safe, and make sure you do your best to keep your neighbors safe.
Absolutely. Well, we have a great show. Thanks so much for joining us. Carlos and Lisa continues right after this break.